Hi and welcome back to Aico TV. I'm Matt Small, Commercial and Finance Director here at Aico, and I'm delighted to be joined by Alan Lewis of Adrenaline Sporting Events. After a very successful 10K, Oswestry 10K back in 2019, Alan's got 6 events scheduled for 2021. Hi Alan, how you doing?
Hello Matt, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So, Adrenaline Sporting Events, talk to us about why you decided to set it up.
So, Adrenaline Sporting Events was set up around 7 years ago, not under quite this umbrella, but our first event was in 2014, and that's the Midnight Ride, so that's our oldest event. And on the back of sort of discussions with local councils and authorities asking me to set up Oswestry 10K, it soon sort of become clear that there was going to be more events to follow, so I needed a sort of umbrella sort of brand to put all of the events under, and we come up with Adrenaline Sporting Events. So that's kind of where it all started and why we've got what we've got.
So your background, Alan, so you're an athlete yourself?
Yeah, so triathlon was my game. I used to compete more successfully in Olympic distance and sprint distance. I went to the World Championships in Beijing in 2011. And continued to race a little bit after 2011, but when my racing shoes sort of were sort of hung up, I then wanted to put some events on for other people, and that's when the Midnight Ride started, and from there on it's been pretty busy, and it's been all about planning and getting things correct for the local area.
So you mentioned the Midnight Ride for our viewers back at home or at work. So what's the premise? What's the premise behind the Midnight Ride then?
Yeah, so the Midnight Ride originally used to start from Oswestry at midnight, and we used to go through the night. It was always on a Saturday night, as it is now, but we used to finish at the coast. So we used to get to the coast for sunrise, have some breakfast, and then drive home. It was that format for a few years, and in 2019 we changed the format to a 6:30 start, so leave in daylight and come home at midnight, which works well because you ride through sunset. It's a real unique experience leaving in the day, cycling through hopefully a red sky, and coming back to Aico for a beer and a midnight buffet. It kind of works quite well, and it's really well received.
Yeah, so you've got quite a draw with the Midnight Ride. I believe you got into the cycling press a couple of years ago as well. Is that
yeah,
right?
So it was in Cycling Weekly, which is probably the most sort of popular cycling magazine that goes out to about 30,000 cyclists each week, and it was in their must-do rides, so that was quite nice. And we've had lots of nice feedback over the last sort of 7 years. We've had people from the Isle of Wight, London, all over the UK coming into Oswestry, spending the weekend here, enjoying the ride, and and they come back. So I would say a lot of our audience is repeat audience, and they come from all over the place.
So staying with cycling for a minute, obviously we've talked about the Midnight Ride, but I guess if we go back to basic grassroots, if we like, talk to me about the Rippers and the Nippers.
Yeah, so that's Nippers and Rippers is an event that we do free for the community. It's all about getting children out and about. It is at dusk, so it gives the children probably their first experience of using lights. Again, it starts in daylight and just finishes just before it gets to dark. We will hopefully run that again in October this year. We run it in Kai Glass in Oswestry, so it's completely closed off just for this event. It's safe, it's nice, and it gets the kids from electronics and gets them into into something that we're passionate about, and we believe it's a really nice pathway for children to get involved in.
So this year, staying with cycling again, we've got a couple of additional events that you're putting on. So the pedal pushers. So I mean, slightly different to your other events. This is a ladies only event. Talk to us about the sort of the thinking behind that.
So I guess over my time of racing and riding bikes at certain events all over the place, I've always felt that there's a bit of a gender gap in cycling. So I wanted to put on a platform for ladies to feel welcome, safe, not intimidated. So I come up with the idea of pedal pushes. So that's a ladies only event. It has 2 distances. It's going to be here at Aico, and it's going to be on the 18th of July. So pedal pushes, yeah, it's a nice lady only event, and we're really looking forward to it. Entries are coming in really well for that.
And what's the route for that one then, Alan?
So it will be a little bit undulating as it is just from Aico for the first probably first 5 or 6 miles, and then it heads out over towards Rodney's Pillar, so the flat areas of Shropshire, and then they stop for a snack, a piece of cake, a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and then they come back to Oswestry. So they'll come through Nuckin, Maysbury, and it's 30 miles or 45. So 2 achievable distances for ladies to get involved in.
And then you've got Pedal the Borders as well.
Yeah, so Pedal the Borders is a new event for 2021. Like all of the other events, it's got a charity partner, so the Midnight Ride and Pedal Pushes will have the Movement Centre as their charity partner. Pedal the Borders will have Lincoln Davis as our charity partner. That will go up to the magnificent Lake Vyrnwy. It's 61 miles, and that is on Sunday the 25th of July. So Lake Vyrnwy is always very popular with cyclists. It's got some challenging hills to get there, and then once you get there, the scenery is absolutely spectacular. Yeah. Again, riders will have an opportunity to grab a snack and a coffee before heading back to Aico.
Well, the beauty with those challenging climbs, there's always one to come down as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So we've talked about road cycling, and the viewers would have noticed behind me that we've also got a mountain bike here. So another new event for 2021, the Valley Burner.
So Valley Burner has got a little bit of everything in it. It's got free events for the children in the morning. We've got a partnership with Trailhead, a mountain bike shop over in Shrewsbury. Their shop staff have experience in coaching and helping children. So we've got some workshops in the morning for free. Then we've got a mini burner for the youth at lunchtime, and then the main event is in the afternoon, and that is Valley Burner. That's a 2 hours lapped challenge that's got a bit of everything. It's got single track that's fast through the woods. It's got some switchback climbs up the hills of the Tanat Valley, and each time the riders complete a lap, they will come through the event arena, which will spur them on to do another lap. Promises to be a good atmosphere. Probably a few people will have some beers, maybe. Hopefully the sun will be shining. And so Valley Burn is on the 28th of August. So looking forward to that.
August bank holiday then.
It is. So
no doubt.
So people can recover on the Sunday and
Indeed,
the Monday.
No need to come back to work with the bumps and bruises. Yeah.
Exactly.
So moving away from the cycling and onto the running, we've got the trains there, and indeed the medal from that Oswestry 10K back in 2019. So 2021, Oswestry 10K is back.
Yeah.
What can we expect from the 10K this year?
So we're going to be partnering up with Hope House again. The route will pass Hope House. In 2019, it was really well received. Passing through Hope House, getting the children involved, so that the children that have care at Hope House can come out. They can be part of the day without having to move away from the centre. So that's an important part. We've got a new Wilfred Owen medal for 2021 that again was well received in 2019. The course has been signed off by the governing body of course measurements, and we're hoping to build on 2019, have a few more runners involved. Numbers again after the sunshine at the weekend have really come in this week. Really looking forward to Oswestry 10K. It's our sort of main event really. It's the event that has the most numbers. We close down 7 miles of roads for 2.5 hours, so it's quite an operation, but again, you know, it's something that we're really passionate about. It's good for the community, good for the charity, and it gives something for people to aim for.
And you know, a fantastic event. You know, I know there was a team of us from here at Aico in 2019, and being in the thick of it in the main street of Oswestry with no cars, and then they're making our way down into the country and then up the hills. And you know, I was quite relieved when I passed through Hope House. The kids were out there handing out the glasses of water, which was very much needed before we headed back into Oswestry. So it was my first 10k, and yeah, I'm sure we'll go into another one, knowing what there is to do. So for those that are familiar with the 10k already, there's also another event that you've got in the running calendar this year in Bryn Cynwal Running Festival. So
yeah.
A slightly different concept from the 10k.
Different concept because it's in a private estate, so there's no road closures, there's no time pressures, but what we wanted to do with that one was, you know, if people were just dipping their toe into running, we wanted to give them a smaller distance to aim for. So Bryn Cynwal Running Festival on the 4th of July will have a 5k option. If people are past the 5k, then it does have a 10k option. And if people are past the 10k and looking to go, you know, for half marathon distance, then Bryn Cynwal will offer runners a 20k option. It's in absolutely stunning scenery at Bryn Cynwal. The Bryn Cynwal estate is normally closed. It's a private estate, so for one day only, we're really privileged and honoured to have this opportunity to have runners there. And we're partnering up with the Movement Centre for that one. And again, it's a great opportunity for everyone to be involved.
And in terms of sort of the terrain of the Bryn Cynwal, how does
yeah,
that vary?
so I run Bryn Cynwal 5k this morning. It was absolutely stunning, even though there was low-lying fog. It's a real nice mixture of, I guess, well-maintained fields. Some single track and some four-wheel track, so it's soft underfoot, it's not too technical, and there's a small incline or false flat in a few places, so you know, it offers a bit of everything really, but the scenery will get everybody around. Again, we will marshal this area, so there'll be encouragement there like there is with all of our events, so you won't be left alone.
So six events for 2021. You know, we're very fortunate here in Oswestry to be surrounded by beautiful countryside. You know, go in any direction, you know, for a mile, and we're in the country. So you know, there really is something for everyone. Whether you know you're starting off, or you know you're a seasoned pro. What sort of advice and support are Adrenaline Supports able to offer? You know, someone looking to get into cycling or running.
Yeah, I mean the website has training plans on it for people to follow. I guess if you're thinking about any events, then I'm a true believer in you can achieve what you want to achieve. I guess it's all about preparation. If you have some consistency in your training, you know, take small steps and build it up sensibly. Don't go at it full tilt from the word go. Build up sensibly and you can really achieve what you want to achieve. If you think 5k is a nice distance, and you've got Bryn Cynwal. If you want to go 10k and you want to soak up the atmosphere of a town centre event, then Oswestry 10k will offer that. And with your cycling, the furthest distance we do is 71 miles with the midnight ride, but if you want to go a little bit less with Pedal the Borders, then that's 61 miles. So they're all achievable distances. As I say, there's training plans to follow. And yeah, if anybody's got any questions, I'm happy to help with guiding or you know, advising people that are considering our events. So you know, there's something for everybody, but everything is achievable. Our hashtag is challenge yourself. You know, nothing is given to you for free in terms of you know, it's not an easy sort of easy events to do. They've all got a challenge aspect to it. So yeah, it's.
And you've mentioned 3 charities along the way. So there was Lincoln Davis, there was Hope House, and there was the Movement Centre in Oswestry.
Yeah.
What's your thinking behind your support of charities? Why?
Yeah, I think it's good to support the 3 different charities. They're all very important to this community and to the wider community. People come to this area for care and help, and it's important that we support them. We give them, as much financial support as we can. We give them free places for some of their communities. And it's just a big part of what I've been passionate about before Adrenaline Sport and Events was even founded. I've raised thousands of pounds myself, and I've really enjoyed that sort of pathway. So it's important to us. We want to support them, and we want them involved in what we do. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. So we've got a really good CSR program here at Aico. We've got an active, engaged team here. We talked about the 10K already, but I've seen with the events that you're putting on that there are team options as well, and with the added benefit of these funds going back to the charities.
Yeah.
So it's a really good opportunity for some engagement within not only the private community, but also in the business community to get involved and raise money for some of these organisations as well.
Absolutely. And without that community of local businesses, we couldn't really operate. The support in some cases is overwhelming. We try to give them the best brand exposure. We try to get their staff involved, which obviously helps with mental health and well-being. Obviously a fitter person is someone that potentially works a little bit harder and has the capability to be healthier around the business. So the business support side of what we do is really, really important. So we've got many business partners. Some have logos on medals, some have logos on the finish and start line. So we try and build in a package that can sort of work for businesses as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alan.
My pleasure. Thank you for looking after us.
Well, so with 6 events and events for multiple disciplines of ages and varying experience, really, there's something there for everyone. So yeah, get out there and get on it.